EU is in trouble because Shark and Teeny just proved that they might be the best duo in the world. Today, I'm going to watch their 23 kill win in FNCS heats and talk about some of the other EU teams that qualified and who might actually be able to stop this duo. We need to talk about how they almost didn't even get to play this season because Shark accidentally queued in with a fake Teeny into the play-ins. Luckily, though, after he, stayed super calm and didn't panic.
I could eat a fake Teeny. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, bro. What? How?
1 hour Teeny in my lobby.
Epic was able to fix the situation. I can't believe someone would fake a pro player, get to Division 1, and I don't even know how that guy ended up on Shark's, friends list to even join his match, but it's all good. Epic fixed it. They are completely breaking the meta this season by playing extremely aggressive. Very similar to what we've seen in the past from Peterbot and Poyo. They're taking on as many fights as possible. And with this format, if you win a game in your heat, you automatically qualify to the grand finals and you can't play out the rest of your games. So because of that, it's very common for some of the top pros to choose to come in second place so they can protect their drop spot from people who are trying to contest them, and so they can get as much practice in as possible before the FNCS starts. We saw this happen on NA Central after Booga won the first game. 4 teams swarmed in and tried to claim his drop spot. A part of that is the teams know that drop spot is going to be open, but some people might be trying to get some practice in so that they can eventually take that drop spot and contest it in the FNCS Grands, and pro players do not want that to happen. Shark and Teeny actually finished second place 3 different times, intentionally losing in the final 2v2, and their only bad game was in game 3 when they had a max zone pull. And even though they came in 24th place that game, they still had 9 eliminations. And guys, this is FNCS heats, so a lot of these players will be in the FNCS Grand Finals. These aren't like rookie players who are not good. And we're talking about Europe, the most stacked region in the world, yet these guys are putting up these numbers. If you look at the other regions, actually, most of the people won their games in their heats with single-digit eliminations. Yet in Heat 1 of EU, Shark and Teeny had the most eliminations with 61 in total. The team that came in second for eliminations had 17 eliminations to 61. That is a huge gap. Shark has had a huge come up this year, but we also have to give some credit to Teeny. In the game we're watching right now, Teeny is also getting a ton of kills and keeping up with Shark. They already have their spot for globals locked in, but they're chasing their first FNCS win, and there's a lot of prize money up for grabs, of course. However, there are a lot of good teams that could stand in their way. Sky and Scroll won FNCS last season, but they struggled a bit in heat number 2. They only had 13 eliminations in total and an average placement of around 16th, but they managed to qualify to grand finals, coming in 13th place. Focus and Thomas HD were in the same heat as Shark and Teeny, but we didn't get to see them play very much in heats because they got a victory royale in game number 1 and qualified straight to grand finals. Focus and Thomas have been very consistent in the past 2 seasons, so I would not be surprised if they do well in grands. But of course, Thomas is still chasing his very first FNCS after coming in top 5 many times. But the biggest competition for Shark and Teeny has to be the defending Summit Land champions, Vico and Malabuka. They also won their first game in Heat 2, and Vico and Malabuka actually had the most eliminations and most damage dealt during the FNCS play-ins. The teams that didn't qualify through heats will have a chance to make it through the last chance qualifiers, and there are some veteran teams that could surprise us if they make it to grands. Recently, we saw Booga pick up Braids for NA Central, and they won their first game in the hardest heat. So it's possible on EU we see some OGs in comp make a comeback. We have Mr. Savage and Truly, who barely missed out on qualifying through their heat, Reason and Khan, Tayson and Murstache, and then we have Mongrel, who didn't make it to heats, but it seems like he's trying to pick up a younger fragger for his duo, and will try his best during the last chance qualifiers. It makes sense that Mongrel, as he's getting older, is kind of going into a more IGL role, and he's letting the fragging be taken care of by a younger, more mechanical pro. The FNCS finals are August 1st and 2nd, and we already have 8 teams from EU who qualified to the globals from the Summit LAN, including Shark and Teeny. The top 9 players on EU will secure their spot at the Global Championship in Belgium. And if you are wondering, I will be in attendance and will be co-streaming that tournament as it happens live. Now we're going to watch the rest of this game from Shark and Teeny and see how they do in the end game. We're going to pick it up here on this rotation that they start making. As you can see, they have 9 eliminations. Shark has 5, Teeny has 4. He's keeping up with the young pro. He's got the Mythic Pistol Gold Pump Shotgun, 4 Overdrive Nades, and 2 Chug Jugs. It's a pretty stacked setup. I want to see what Teeny is rocking. Here they find a player who's kind of weak. Shark's going to get the bleed through damage. Quick refresh. Teeny has the Mythic Extending Focus Shotgun, and then he has a Gold Stinger as well as 2 Chug Jugs and Overdrive Nades. Both players are carrying 2 Chug Jugs each. That seems to be the meta for heals in this season. 48 players alive. This is a pretty stacked end game as the circle gets smaller. 10 eliminations. They're going to get 13 more eliminations this game and the victory royale. So I really want to see how they manage to pull that off, especially with everybody so congested. Here Teeny's applying pressure to the roof of this duo who seem pretty healthy. Shark's going to leave them be and continue making the rotation. 1700 damage above Storm Surge. That's kind of ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. Shark messes up on the rotate. It's fine. He's gonna commit some mats here. Great shots with the Ranger pistol. He's actually applying pressure to this guy. Gets the knock on Swizzy. Oh my god, that was actually a crazy pump shot. Kind of curved the bullets around the edge right there. Finds another player. Quick knock. You see how fast he's finishing these fights? That's the difference really between like the pros and like a very good sweaty player. They finish their fights extremely fast so that they can keep the rotation going. Teeny's gonna get a kill right there in Storm. He didn't have any shields on him. Storm is closing in. Shark manages to get ahead. Teeny's catching up. This is where the Chug Jugs are going to be coming in play. And I do believe we are going to see a solo clutch from Shark in this end game, because I believe Teeny does end up going down, but Shark will secure the win regardless. Let's see, Reason in the distance. It's a very stacked heat. A lot of big names in this lobby. Oh, good shots with the Ranger. 450 bullets. He can keep spraying this as much as he wants. Oh, just shot in the side. We're gonna go back up to Teeny. He just dropped his Ranger pistol and he's grabbing the Stinger SMG instead. It's gonna be better for applying pressure through builds. That's actually a very smart trade right there. Now that everybody's congested and everyone's like basically going through tarps. Good awareness right there on that player. He's got him weak. Stinger in hand. Oh, great slide. The other guy's not even paying attention, bro. Talk to your teammate. What is that? Overdrive rotation right here. They go straight up. He's cranking some 90s. 15 eliminations right now. Teeny has 10. Shark has 10. Teeny has 5. The gap's getting a little bit wider now. However, Shark is playing the fragger in this end game right here. Like, Teeny's staying up top, keeping the tarp going. Shark's dropping down, looking for kills. But the reason why he does that is because he is the one who's going to be finishing these fights more consistently. Right there, he gets slide kicked and hit for 100. Goes back up to Teeny, who's applying pressure on the players who are trying to chase him. He's going to use these Chug Jugs. These Chug Jugs are being fully used. I think they traded spots. I think Teeny's the one now who dropped down looking for limbs, taking a little bit of storm damage there, and now gonna swap back. Oh, good elimination from Teeny right there. And look, Teeny has caught up. Teeny has gotten the last 4 limbs, making the elim spread 10-9. Now it's 10-10. Put some credit on Teeny's name. He can also frag out. He can frag out when needed. Both players are extremely talented. I think Teeny does end up going down here. Still alive, but I think he does end up going down at the very, very end. I think Shark gets the last 3 kills. Let's take a look. Yep. This player jumped on Teeny. It was Pablo. Goes for the revive. Does he get him up? Does not get him up. Shark is going to have to play by himself. 1v2 situation. And now it's a 1v1. Applying pressure with the stinger. Going on the wall, looking for the pre-fire. That player shockwaves in a storm. I don't think that was a smart idea from that guy. Yeah, that guy kind of just panicked at the end there. But there it is. Shark and Teeny win. EU is in trouble unless someone stops them. Could this be the start of their very first FNCS win? We'll have to see when it all unfolds. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.